If you want a little bit more precise ways to color, if you have colors you need to pick from, what you can do is go into your, well, you won't have this, but you can set up something. Oh, looks like I don't have it either. Let's just do it. Let me open up Photoshop real quick. So we're in Photoshop here, and we're just going to make a swatch JPEG. So we're going to go File, New, and we're going to say, it doesn't really matter, let's do 1024 by 1024. And I'm trying to think the best way to do this. I wonder if we can just do View. It's been a long, I've done this once like years ago, and you could probably figure out a better way to do this here. So I'm going to do Show Grid. There we go, so we've got a grid here. And we're also going to open up our swatches. And you can see these are all set up as like, if I go into our info window here, if I roll over this one, this is 255.00 in the RGB spectrum. This is 255.250, this is 255.0. The reason why I would want to use these is because they're very far away from each other mathematically in the RGB spectrum. So what I can do is I can go M, there we go, we can snap to grid. So we can say I want to fill this one here with red. I'm just doing so I can fill this with red really quickly, just fill the foreground color. And then, and you know what, I guess what we also could do, save this a little bit of time. So before we fill that, I'm going to make a new layer. Then I'm going to fill that here. There we go. And then I can take this one and move it down. I'm trying to use ZBrush hotkeys for this. You know what, I don't have my Photoshop set up. All right, duplicate this off and then drag this down. And I was kind of hoping, there we go. So we can snap this one here. And now if we want to fill this one, you can, and actually you can go to image adjust or whatever you want to do, but if we want to fill this one with yellow now, we can just select yellow and then go ahead and fill that. And again, duplicate that off, which of course I don't have my hotkey set up for. Oh, I hate when I don't have hotkey set up. Move this down, select green, fill that up. However you want to do this, but once you're done making your swatches here, you know, and I guess you don't even need all this, you could just crop this here. And let's say we filled up all this whole long list with all the colors of the rainbow that we want to have filled up. So I'm going to go ahead and save this as swatches. So now when I go back to ZBrush here, we're going to go into this menu here, and we're going to grab a polyplane 3D, go into edit mode here. I'm going to go to texture, import, desktop, grab our swatch here, and then go to texture map and grab that swatch texture. So now you can see we have the swatch texture here, and usually what I'll end up doing is making and you could make this however you want, but here's a thinner version of it. So I will have a swatch thing here. So now if I go to Tools, Save As, again, I'm going to go to ZBrush 4 R8, Z Tools, and you're going to see here's all the demo soldier and stuff. We'll call this swatch. So now if I go out of edit mode and clear my canvas, we're going back to our trigger here. And it's like, okay, I want to fill this thing with those swatch colors. So I'm going to hit my comma key. We're going to go to our tool. So you have a swatch sitting there. We can just double click that. It'll load up our swatch tool here. So we'll just load this thing up. And I can just move this thing over to the side out of the way. Go out of edit mode so it stays there. Go grab my trigger again. And now if I go into solo mode on the trigger, and let me get rid of Camtasia Studio here. As I go in solo mode here, you can just hover over these and hit the C key, and that will go ahead and sample those colors. So now if you want to fill this with yellow, you can fill it with yellow. And then if you want to hit C and fill this one with red, you can fill it with red. And you can just use swatches available to you. So you can just do that just with a swatch there. So that'll give you a little bit more control. So there's all that. Once you're done doing that, if I turn on this, now you're going to see I got a bunch of material IDs, so this color will be the same as this color, and this color. So as I'm dropping materials on this thing, they'll be consistent. Now in Painter, you can select multiple colors and have it assigned to the same material, which we'll get to in a bit. But just so you're aware, that's functionality available to you. I wanted to go over that.